Well, our Dmitry Medvedenko is there for us today. So, Dmitry, what are the highlights of the high-profile gathering likely to be this year?
Well, the highlight is obviously going to be within the next hour. We're expecting the plenary session to be kicked off by Russia's President, Vladimir Putin. He's going to give his address and expected to shed some light on his views of what's going on in the global economy, notably in Europe because of the situation with the debt crisis in peripheral Europe notably. And of course, Russia's position on this, how it's going to participate in the EU bailout, is it going to participate altogether? And of course, the background, the changing financial environment and this debt crisis this year is the focal point of all the roundtable discussions. It's the so-called elephant in the room, whether the euro will remain the same. Let's talk more about this with Sri Mulyani Indrawati, Managing Director for the World Bank. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Pleasure.
So, what do you think should be done to boost up confidence in the euro?
Well, it's been 2 years, and I think a lot of time has been launched by the European authority. In this case, I think it's up to the level in which the conclusion is that if you want to maintain euro, that means you have to also address this issue of banking, and the call for the banking union is there. You have then the consequence is the fiscal union, and then it's going to be also the political union. So that is the three pillars, which is, I think, all becoming all interrelated.
So you think further integration is basically needed within the eurozone in order to maintain the euro?
Well, the choice is now becoming even more clear because you cannot delay, and the option is actually quite there. I mean, the market know, the people know, so that's why every news, good news, is only very short-lived, like the bailout of the Spain bank or the outcome of the Greece election. It cannot satisfy before those three issues will be addressed.
Don't you think that basically tensions are so high right now in Europe within both the peripheral economies where unemployment is very high, and in the more well-off countries like Germany, they're not happy, the people are not happy that they're bailing out basically other countries. Do you think they'll agree to more integration in that respect?
Well, this is going to be a very difficult as well as fundamental political choice for the people. I think if they see that in the past decade that they see the benefit of having Europe together into one unity, and that's why from the currency into more real integration, then the choice of the people is going to support it. If they don't see the benefit of it, then they are going to do otherwise. I mean, there are quite a lot of benefit because it is not only stabilizing euro, but I think they can work in the integrity of this economy as well as the political. Is going to create more stability, not only for the region, but also globally.
We've already had something like 7 countries asking for bailouts from the EU. Do you think any more will come, and which ones would you name as having the highest risk of a need for international help?
No, I mean, this prolonged crisis is going to affect many other countries, not only within the euro in this case. And I think this is going to be like the collective responsibility that needs to be done. I mean, in the World Bank, we know that many developing countries is going to suffer because of this uncertainty, as well as the weakening global economic prospect because of this crisis.
Okay, next year, say at the next St. Petersburg Economic Forum, do you think by that time we will be in a totally different economic environment than now?
I think the possibility to have a totally different economic and political landscape is very real at this time. I mean, everybody now have to work with all those two extreme scenarios. The scenario which is you are going to stay together and where recovery is going to be still quite long, because this is not going to be just, the political decision is just the starting point. But if it is not going to happen, that is also another severe alternative. So for the next year meeting is going to be a quite important in addressing whatever the consequence of the outcome today.
All right, thank you very much. That was the Managing Director of the World Bank, Sri Mulyani Indrawati, speaking to us at the St. Petersburg Economic Forum.
По последним прогнозам Международного валютного фонда, рост экономик стран АТЭС может ускориться в 2012 году до 4,3% по сравнению с 4,1% в 2011 году и 4,7% в 2013 году. Это очень важно. Эта тема была активно поддержана нашими партнерами. Опыт в этой области это касается стран Австралии, Индонезии, Канады, Новой Зеландии. Реализация мер по предотвращению финансовых последствий таких катастроф.
The nature of this food price increase today is a bit different from 2008. It is really driven by the weather, that is the drought. And so far, we don't see there is a step being taken by country, although in several countries they are facing a similar situation on the harvest, which is dropped down, but there is no really yet policy action toward those export ban or from the importer side in this case is to introduce variable levies to reduce the grain import tariff. And this is the move in the right direction, because if you learn the lesson in 2008, the policy which is toward protectionism contribute between 30 to 45% of the increasing price. So it's worsening the situation. So the communication as well as the commitment today is very important to avoid those steps so that it will not worsen the situation. But we do believe, especially on the APEC member country, which is mostly a food importer, especially for the commodity like rice, corn, and soybean, the concern about that kind of possibility is very real, and that's why we try to reiterate within this
банке создавать не социальную безопасную сетку, защиту социального характера для того, чтобы бороться с отрицательным влиянием повышения цен на бедные слои населения. Спасибо.
Рамиль Бекмулин, общественно-политическое издание «Цвет Федерации». Скажите, пожалуйста, вот на сегодняшний день существует такая, прокомментируйте эту ситуацию, что им ожидать в ближайшем будущем?
Sri Mulyani Indrawati es la directora gerente del Grupo del Banco Mundial y fue ministra de Finanzas de Indonesia, nombrada por la revista Forbes como una de las mujeres más poderosas del mundo. Nació el 26 de agosto de 1962. Como ministra de Finanzas de Indonesia, Sri Mulyani era conocida como de reformista difícil y se acredita en gran parte con el fortalecimiento de la economía de Indonesia, el aumento de las inversiones y de dirigir la mayor economía del sudeste asiático a través de la crisis financiera de 2007 y 2010. Es una mujer que considera que la educación es primordial para el desarrollo de un país. Y es por esa razón que en el 2011 instó a la región a invertir más en el capital humano y favoreció un mayor enfoque del aprendizaje hacia las matemáticas. Y es por todos sus aportes que hoy la nombramos como la grandiosa del día.